Justin, get in here quick. I know you're out there.
Christian, what's going on? Christian, why is everything on fire?
Well, after I left you and Yoba to do your panic cast, I came back to the office and I tried to load new software in Brendan again, but someone must have left the second gear in his system.
Christian, we've literally made this exact mistake in the past before. Why would you risk this for the second time?
Hey, man, are you going to pick a fight with me, or are you going to grab a bucket and help me stop the studio from burning?
I'm helping.
System overload. Heat core is reaching critical temperature threshold. Anyone in earshot of this pre-recorded warning must evacuate to a safe distance of 2 kilometers.
Who programmed him in metric?
Christian, I think it's too late. We gotta go, buddy.
No, Justin, I can save him.
Christian, it's too late. I'm sorry, dude, but we have to go.
Christian gasps. Brendan, I'm sorry, buddy. I promise I'll never forget you and everything you've done for us.
All right. I think we're out of harm's way now. It's okay, Christian. You made the right call.
Did I, Justin? I left him in there all alone. He'd be here right now if it wasn't for me.
Yeah, but we have dozens of other Brendan droids to pick from. It's not a big deal, right?
Wait, we have more Brendans now? Since when?
Patreon money, dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I've got a disk copy backup right here. We can just slap that bad boy in.
Core memory and personality traits uploaded. Please pick voice modulator.
Voice modulator?
Let it finish.
Your choices are traditional Brendan voice and Japanese Sanji voice.
Brendan voice. Traditional Brendan voice now.
Aww.
Voice modulator accepted. After startup sequence is complete, summary reading will begin. Our episodes begin with a wild storm rolling through, and in more ways than one. Blue Jim finds our trio scavenging for scrap to repair their damaged hideout. After some pushback from the boys, Sabo's dad, Outlook III, arrives with guards from Hightown to end the fiasco. Sabo reluctantly complies and begins to walk back home, doing his best to ignore Ace and Luffy's plea to choose freedom over their safety. Sabo returns home and uncovers a whole bunch of plot twists. First, he meets his new little brother Stelly, who was adopted as a backup heir to Sabo's parents. Stelly reveals to Sabo that the nobles of Hightown have come together to burn down Grey Terminal before the Celestial Dragon's arrival. To pull this off, they hire Blue Jam, who in turn hires Luffy and Ace to set up explosives all around Grey Terminal. Blue Jam and his buddies were promised nobility and shelter from the fire for their service, but eventually figure out that they've been played and are in fact just the fall guys in the operation. Sabo tries to warn the people of Grey Terminal of the plot, but is stopped at every turn by the guards of Hightown. During the night of the fire, a beaten and saddened Sabo bumps into Monkey D. Dragon. Sabo reveals that the nobles are to blame for the fire and that it makes him sick to have been born noble. We cut back to Ace and Luffy, who are currently trying to find their way out of the burning hellhole they find themselves in. They run into the Blue Jam pirates, who seem to have gone mad after hitting rock bottom. They hold Ace and Luffy hostage in order to find their pirate savings so they can bounce back from this tragedy and take their revenge on the nobles who have betrayed them. Dadan and her bandits show up just in time to save the kids. Dadan initially orders for an immediate retreat, but after seeing Ace refuse to back down to Blue Jam, she orders for Dogra, Magra, and all the others to take Luffy back home. She'll make sure Ace gets home herself. At least one day has passed and the two have yet to return home. We cut back to Sabo, who has been forced to stay in his room under strict supervision of round-the-clock guards and study. On the day of the Celestial Dragon's arrival, Sabo manages to break free once and for all and sets sail on a commandeered fishing boat. Our episodes end with Sabo's ship being gunned down after crossing paths with the Celestial Dragon. And he was never heard from again.
He was never seen again. Gone from the plot, he was.
Obliterated.
Completely worthless backstory time.
No, he's fine.
He's even more dead than that magma guy from the war or whatever, the guy that got melted.
You mean the totally alive one?
No, I mean the totally dead one.
Hold on. Brendan's pitting me at odds with myself. Because I definitely believe that dude is definitely dead after being melted by a Kainu. However, I'm not convinced yet that Sabo's gone.
What do you mean?
There was only one boom, and the ship was still mostly intact.
Yeah, because the
Didn't they do
Celestial
the-
Dragon hasn't reloaded yet. He'll
Listen,
go
I
in
they
don't
for
know
a
the
what's
second.
gonna happen
anime
next
trope of-
episode, but as of this, what we've seen so far, I'm not convinced yet. All right,
You're
Well,
not
answer my
convinced of
question.
what? That he's alive?
now he's dead.
Oh, well, I'm not either.
If there was more than one boom and the whole ship went to kaputs, absolutely, that kid's gone.
The ship could have disintegrated and I'd have been like, Sabo's fine.
Okay, now you're an animal.
Well, I mean, that's already happened once before with Vivi's previous handler. What's his name? Mama guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a grown man with like skills and whatnot. This is just a little boy on a little dinky ship, right? Like, come on.
I like you're giving this.
Well, exactly. What are the odds Oda kills a small child like this? Igaram's a whatever character at that point. He could have died, lived, doesn't matter.
Listen, we already killed Ace. We're killing everybody now. Sabo's next on the chopping block.
Yeah,
no
but
brothers
Ace,
allowed.
Ace is not a small child when he died.
Listen, we kill one brother, we can kill another. What's the difference here?
I mean, we can, but we didn't.
Yet.
Otherwise, what would be the purpose of this backstory?
Well, to set the record straight that he had two brothers and they already lost
Yeah, but
one.
why
would be
bring it
one
up
good
now
thing.
then?
Well, because we haven't gotten Luffy backstory up until now. This is like this is the first time you've gotten anything from your main
Maybe this
protagonist.
is going to be, part of his
But the point is, like,
progression.
if Sabo was just going to die in this flashback, like, why would we even bother with it? He's dead. There's no point.
No. See, well, I mean, like,
Yeah,
here's
the
what I'm
point is
thinking.
Luffy growth or Luffy perspective. How about
Exactly.
That what? That he lost a second brother?
that? Yeah.
No.
What? Oh, there's no value to that for you.
yeah.
That Luffy has trauma beyond what we've seen in front of you or whatever.
I'm just thinking that it's gonna. It wouldn't be a waste. All right, fine. It wouldn't be a waste. but
Okay,
it
all right.
holds
That's
much-
all I'm saying. It was a
holds
little
much-
outraged
it
for a
holds
minute.
much more impact that like we're shown this
Yeah, I'm sorry
backstory
about
and
this.
Sabo is still alive after this. Like,
Okay.
in a few episodes ago, I mentioned how this is the lead up to this is how Luffy recovers from Ace dying. Is he's gonna go and try and find Sabo now.
Right. I remember this comment of yours.
Like it'll just be like whether it's he's gonna go and tell Sabo about it, or he's just gonna look for comfort in Sabo's company, or whatever it is. That's where I'm at with why this story exists now. Because otherwise, just having it be all right, backstory. This is actually Ace dying is actually the second time he's lost a brother. Feels slightly weaker of a reason to just give us this flashback now.
Wow, fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know if I feel or if I vibe with that take. That seems like an aggressive take.
Especially now that we've got Dragon involved in this backstory
Yeah,
and the Revolutionary Army involved in the backstory. It feels even sillier that we would just ignore that.
What? Wait,
why
why is Sabo dying? Ignore that. I don't know. Where are you
Because
making these connections?
why does Dragon need? All right, here's the theory. Sabo's
Okay.
in the Revolutionary Army in the present day.
Really? Okay.
Sabo is in the Revolutionary Army in the present day. He's had this run-in with Dragon now, of all people, who apparently comes from this country.
Yes.
So now, and he has all of this reason to change, especially him coming from this country is probably the whole reason that he forms the Revolutionary Army in the first place. So now he's got this small child who crawled basically on his deathbed to him and admitted that he hated being born a noble because it's the worst thing ever. And the words coming out of Sabo's mouth sickened Dragon to his core.
Yes.
Sabo can't
yes.
possibly be dead now.
Okay. I mean, I don't think that the leaps that you're making are unreasonable, but I think you have jumped a little into on the gun over this whole Sabo joins the Revolutionary Army thing. What if he just vibes with Dragon and then he works with Dragon to overthrow the current nobility or something? I don't know. Well, I guess maybe not anymore after he totally died by that celestial dragon that one
totally,
time.
yeah. He's totally dead. This is a flashback after all. The odds of him being dead are higher than usual.
That's all I'm saying.
But
the
he's
odds
not.
of him being dead are a lot higher than usual on this one.
But he's not.
All
He'll
right,
probably
all right.
get saved from this current situation by Dragon, if I had to guess too.
We did cut a little ahead, but maybe we should jump backwards
we can reel back a little bit here to the beginning of the episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. So to start us off, we did have Sabo's dad and the Blue Jam Pirates just kind of like I don't know, bumblefucked in front of Ace, Luffy, and Sabo when they were like trash picking, and they were like, "Hey, guess what? We're here to we're gonna abduct you now. I hope you're ready for that. The plot dictates it."
We've been watching this whole time, and it's finally time to wrap this up. You know.
Yeah. Oh, Christian had notes for us last week. He didn't want to be a part of this long backstory anymore, so we have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
We got word from the producers. He's only here for Dogra's voice actor now, so we gotta pick up the pieces.
And he got more lines these episodes too.
He did, in fact. I
had to switch over. I went back. You know, I was watching in the sub, and then that third episode rolled around. And, I finished watching it in sub, but then I went back and listened to just the Dogra parts in the dub.
That's so good. You are so committed to this one motherfucker.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I gotta support my boy in any way possible.
Okay. Right. I respect it.
A real fan.
But yeah, so Blue Jam and Sabo's dad, Outlook the Third. This is true facts. We only just looked up his actual name tonight because I'm pretty sure it was never stated. Sabo's parents' names are Outlook the Third and Dig It.
Oh, it's
fucking wild.
With a G?
Dig It.
Or was
I
it
believe
Did
so.
It? I thought it was Did It.
Oh, Did It. No, you're right.
There
It was
might be
Did
some
It. I'm sorry.
localization difference.
She did it. Did it in Outlook.
Who done did it?
But yeah, so Sabo gets kidnapped. Well, I guess really more like brought back to his homestead or whatever.
Home napped?
Yeah, home napped. Yeah. What does it mean when you get re-kidnapped by your dad, I guess?
I don't know.
Or the police, you just went back home.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe captured or something.
Retrieved.
It was kind of, retrieved. Sure.
Retrieved works. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Captured, though.
The Sabo retrieval arc.
It was a very short arc.
Yeah, Sabo's dad was having his own like mini little Sasuke arc in the back or whatever. In his world, he's the protagonist, just trying to get his boy back.
You know, Sabo's voice actor is the Naruto voice actor after all.
Oh boy, here we go.
The
Wait, like the voice of Naruto in the dub is Sabo?
We're not here. We're not here when I talked about this. I guess not. That was me, you, and Devin, right? Yeah.
Actually, it wasn't.
Brought up on Dogra.
The Japanese sub for the voice actor in the Japanese sub for Sabo is Naruto's voice actor.
Oh,
yeah.
And I recognized it from the moment he started speaking in the first episode he appeared in. And I was like, oh shit!
You know, I was listening the whole time. I was like, you sound familiar. I can't remember.
I don't understand
where.
how you people have watched the entirety of Naruto and didn't recognize his voice. It boggles my mind because Devin didn't either.
It's been a long time. Smooth.
I watched the dub, so like
You're fine. I know you watched the dub. There was no way you would.
Listen, I'm pretty sure Naruto's probably not even the first like real big character in that particular actor's like career. For all I know, they could have been the voice actor for like Yusuke Urameshi. For all I know, right? Like
Yusuke Urameshi.
Who knows? They probably have a long.
I just feel like she has such an iconic voice that it's just so hard to miss.
Iconic enough for me to register that it's familiar, not iconic enough for me to realize it's Naruto.
I'm going to call you an animal on this one.
You definitely are. I mean, I am. No, you too. I take that back. You are an animal.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I don't know. I don't know where his brain just happened to his brain.
I don't know. It knows dived somewhere.
He no you'd himself like 4 times.
In the same thought process.
He kept pulling Uno reverse cards, but out of his own pockets and throwing them on himself.
He was at a circular table with a bunch of Uno reverse cards. He would slap one down, go to the other side of the table, slap another one down.
Is this sad to say I've done that before? I played like Yu-Gi-Oh games against myself.
I've done Yu-Gi-Oh against myself, not Uno.
You guys. I don't know why I find that hilarious. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't find that as funny as I do. But anyway, so yeah, Sabo got, father napped, I suppose, or something. And after he gets back home, he finds out that, of course, his dad has a backup child just in the weights in this really snooty looking motherfucker named Stelly. What a terrible name, by the way.
Forget terrible name. What a terrible face Stelly has. That kid is ugly.
No, they go out of their way to make every one of these nobles and their kids ugly as hell.
I feel like it's mostly the kids. The parents are like
It kind of
okay
is
looking.
mostly the kids.
The kids are atrocious.
Dude, they're
awful.
nasty. That little
Especially
girl
the
from
girl.
that. Yeah.
Mhm,
There was some like little. Go ahead.
No. Please go ahead.
I was just going to describe it for the audience. There was a part where like the fire's burning. You know, all the nobles from Hightown can like see the burning embers from over the wall in the distance. And from the perspective of like this one pigtailed fucking, blonde noble girl, she's looking out at the fires and goes like, isn't it sad watching everything burn up? And then like her dad is going like, no, it's their fault. They were born poor. And it pans over to her face. And when I tell you, this girl looked like the cross between a bear and a fish, maybe, or something,
and a pug, like a
And a
pug.
pug.
definitely a
Dog.
pug.
Her face was all smushed but wide, and it was wide. It was like looking at a Hey Arnold character, but worse.
Now we're talking. This motherfucker looks just like Sid or like what?
Oh my god!
No, what was the fatter kid's name from Hey Arnold? I forget his fucking name.
Was it Harold?
Harold? That's exactly it. Looks just like Harold. Fucking tooth hanging out, whatever. Beak ass looking mouth. But
awful. These kids are awful.
Fuck her
So,
dad,
yeah,
by the way. There might have been a moment of hope for her. She was like, why are like in my sub it was something along the lines like, oh, why don't we consider those people? And then dad comes out of nowhere saying like, bro, they're just idiots. They chose to be born poor. They should have just been born better and they would have been fine. And the little girl's like, you're right, daddy. And I'm like,
she's right. She goes like, well, yeah, you're right. Why didn't they choose to be born nobles? Crazy.
yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I've never been. It's no secret that, like, if you've been following One Piece for a long time or long enough, this show makes plenty of political and social commentaries. I've never been more aggravated with this show until this arc. Kind of, sort of. Like, holy, I hate these people.
Is it bad that, like, when it gets into these, like, subtle motifs that do kind of slap you upside the face, like, get it? We teach people to be assholes. I kind of go like, wow, this is very reflective of modern society, and it makes me upset.
It's like, I appreciate it, but I think I just relate a little too hard, and I'm like,
I'm here to escape, Oda.
give me something I don't relate to that I can also
give me the
care about,
stupid
please.
gags again.
But see, that's what he does, though. He gives you these, like, actual motifs that like reflect modern society, but then they air it with a sprinkle of look how fucking ugly this kid is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. I love it so much. That's some subtle storytelling.
Very about as subtle as Usopp's 10-ton hammer.
They get you with the like, it's always a visual gag, but like behind closed doors, like the bit or the scene or whatever is actually kind of yikes.
Now we're here. I do want to ask, having this backstory knowledge, getting a little bit more fleshed out, knowing that Luffy was born and raised in this kingdom over on Windmill Village or whatever, eventually Mount Corvo and Great Terminal 1. More or less, he's been exposed to the inequality from such a young age and having experience with that. How do we feel about that now that, like, I'm having trouble phrasing my question, but it's like, we know Luffy as this 17-year-old kid, right? Who more or less, whether it almost feels like almost unintentional, but he's always fighting the system of inequality. He's like, man, everyone should just be free, chill out, and just like have a good time. And I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't know exactly. I'm just speaking so much jargon right now. Oh my god, I'm rambling. I'm not going anywhere.
I think you're giving thoughts, but you're trying to say you have a question. So if you don't, you can give your thoughts without asking a question, Justin. These are allowed.
I'm gonna pass the mic. My brain is so mush right now. I can't do anything. I'm gonna let Brendan be my translator tonight.
It's okay, bud. It's okay. I think what you're trying to describe is you really appreciate the context that we're giving to Luffy's character in the at least the limited confines with which we know his upbringing. Because I mean, this is only like what, an 8-month window into his childhood or whatever, the span of these episodes, like, or the span of this backstory. So this still doesn't give you like a full picture of, you know, who he ended up growing into, but it is trying to somewhat reinforce like a lot of like, Luffyism roots or whatever from back in the day, beyond just his insatiable appetite, for one thing.
Yeah, it's it gives you a window into his happy-go-lucky nature, but the idea also that he was, especially with this band of brothers attitude, they've developed why he and what happened between the three of them at such a young age, why he cares so much about his friends in the present day and puts so much emphasis on keeping everybody together at all costs, so.
But don't worry, guys. Christian says that if Sabo dies, it wouldn't serve the plot any purpose whatsoever. So,
I said it would be weaker than if Sabo was alive.
All right. Maybe.
Wait, you're saying the plot would be weaker if Sabo died
in this backstory?
You're wild.
I would feel like there was less of a point if we were getting this now and he died, because like. I don't know. It just feels like a weird. It feels like it would be. I don't want to rehash the whole thing. It just feels like it would be a weird thing to shoehorn in now, when we're like, all right, we killed one brother. Now we want you to care about the fact that we killed a second one 10 years ago in his life. All right, sure, Oda.
I feel like in my brain it's just doubling down. It's like
I sort of feel double down energy, but that's interesting that you feel that way. I feel like I haven't actually heard that perspective from this backstory in my lifetime. So that's a different take, Christian. I applaud you. I applaud you for having a different opinion.
Thanks, man.
Ruining my echo
mind.
chamber.
I'm here to speak my. Yeah.
I come here for echo chambers and laughs. Okay.
Yeah. Like, Devin's not on this episode. I expected good times. Sorry, Devin.
Oh, no, that's not.
He's
true.
Upstairs in our Discord chat talking to Juan right now. He can't argue.
But of course, so we touched on it. There is so when Sabo does get readopted, he finds out Stelly, his new stepbrother, this ugly looking motherfucker. He's the backup kid, and he, I guess, like threatens Sabo, or he's like making fun of him or something. He's like, wow, you're really lucky you got back when you did, because otherwise you'd be fucking dead tomorrow. And Sabo was like, spill it. What are you talking about? We find out that all of the nobles are going to burn everything outside of the city walls tomorrow night or whatever, from the perspective of when he was asking. Or that night? It might have been that night.
It was the next day, because he stakes out all night to make sure that the fire doesn't happen, and then that's when he wakes up or he doesn't wake up. He's sitting on a rooftop. He jumps down. He goes and investigates the town, starts asking people like, hey, you guys know there's going to be a fire in Great Terminal tomorrow? And they're like, yeah, everyone knows.
Dude,
where you been?
Can I be real though? That shit, even though it's like, I know it's meant to be like anime energy, you just move on, you don't really care, but why do I hate that feels a little too real? I just like,
because so many people are complicit in. No, okay, no. Let me be real here. I was thinking about it to myself. I was like, there is a difference, but like we can understand and accept that many people around the world are complicit in awful things that their governments do, right? Because by also accepting that, like, I am a single individual, I have realistically zero input or capacity to have stopped this great harm brought upon by institution. That's one thing. You can accept that duality, right? That's the reality of things in the world. There is an extra layer when you say, yeah, I know about it, and actually I actively support it. Or in this case, maybe you even had like an actual hand in funding this, whether like money or people, however you were involved in the operation, right? That's an extra layer of yikes on top of it. And that's what makes it more egregious and more upsetting.
Because then at that point, it's not complacency. It's active participation.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will say, I think in particular, that first old man he runs into doesn't necessarily feel like he agrees with what is happening, just that he's in the position of, well, what the fuck am I going to do about it? And also, he recognizes that the Celestial Dragon is on his way, and that, like, if you go against the Celestial Dragon, there's your entire way of life is kaput, is gone.
I don't get that same energy from anybody up until he bumps in the dragon.
It's interesting because I think I agree with Christian, but there's like a very particular line he says at the tail end of his argument where he does still default back to, we are of higher nobility, we are special, which kind of put me in terms of like, you tried to be like the voice of some reason, but at the end of the day, like in the back of your mind, you still see yourself as like invaluable and better than everyone around you, which kind of fucking pisses me off.
The guy with the dog and the long beard. Yeah, he was like, you seem like a nice, sweet young boy, but let me teach you about the world you live in. And then he goes on from there.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems like he's about to be the guy who's like, yeah, I'm kind of on your side where this sucks, but there's nothing we can do about it. But then, yeah, you're right. Brendan's right, where he also, just before Sabo runs away, shoehorns that extra part in where he's like, but also we're nobles, so like, fuck them anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, we're built different, so, you know, I mean, like, what else?
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Sucks.
And Sabo's like, fucking hell, dude, I hate everyone here. And, you know, I vibe with you, Sabo. I hate everyone there, too. But fuck all of them. They're all terrible people. So Sabo goes on his merry way. Not very merry. He runs maniacally, in fact, and gets captured a couple of times trying to get to the gates in order to stop the fire in any way, shape, or form. All the while, Blue Jam was hired to place explosives all around Great Terminal or whatever. And Luffy and Ace are like, all right, well, you just stole our friend. I guess we'll work for you too. Might as well, you know, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, unbeknownst to them as well. At this point, it is not yet revealed that this is the reason we're bringing these crates around.
Yeah, Ace was on the mindset of like, well, we can't get Sabo back, right? Like we're just up against something way bigger than us. Maybe letting him do this is the best path for him. And if not, if he really doesn't like it, can't stand it, he'll find his way back to us. And when that time comes, we have to make sure we have enough money to set sail. So Ace is on that grind mentality. He's like, we just gotta get more money, bro.
Very surprisingly level-headed of Ace.
Do you think so?
I do. I think so, because in every other instance, this is Ace fights to the death for keeping Sabo by their side.
I agree.
But then in this one case where, you know, Sabo willingly gives in and he watches Sabo sob and accept his fate and walk away because he's like, oh, if I go with you, you'll leave these two alive, right? And Dad just goes, sure, why not? I was gonna let him in the hands of the Blue Jam pirates anyway, so like, sure, whatever.
Whatever you say.
No harm comes to them. And I don't know, Ace just kind of like accepts this idea. Feels a little out of character, but whatever. It's fine. I was taken aback momentarily by how thoughtful he was being of not only Sabo but also like himself. I guess, I don't know, his own desires.
He learned a lot from Nagari last up, dude.
He
really
but then
he faces down Blue Jam in the last episode.
He had a small maturity bump in growth when Blue Jam was like, you know, you should really just look out for Sabo's best interests here. Like, this is what's best for him. You know, you're no longer causing him trouble. Just let him, you know, live this life. Like, there's nothing you guys can do about it. You're just kids. And Ace was like, looking out for his best interests. Damn, I guess you're right. I guess this is the way. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. God, I love that meme. Yeah. Well, I mean, so they started putting bombs all around Great Terminal too, which is quite sad. They got paid to blow up Great Terminal.
Yeah, that's a big oof.
Not that they knew about it, but like, yikes!
It's like, hold
sucks.
up. You, Blue Jam, agreed to blow up Great Terminal. And worst off, you made me do it? I hate you.
I will say, though, too, so after the cat's out of the bag, so Sabo knows that the fire is going to happen, and we as the audience now know what's happening. It cuts back to Blue Jam, like, explaining to Ace and Luffy, yeah, we're going to blow this whole fucking place up, and it's going to, you know, get on fire or whatever. And then Ace and Luffy are like, yo, that's stupid. We're going to tell. And then Blue Jam's like, I can't let any of you tell. Somebody stop them. They can't know anything anymore or whatever. I'm like, what? Why are you telling a bunch of kids? If you know, what are you thinking, Blue Jam? Like, was he trying to include them in like going to nobility?
He wanted them to join their crew / give up their treasure, I guess. I guess the end goal was also to have them give up their treasure.
Although, to be fair, if Blue Jam was a smarter villain, he could have very much played the culpability card, as Brendan says. Like, hey, you can't tell anybody because you helped.
Well, no, I'm more along the lines of just don't tell kids what your fucking plan is. Like, they're contractors in your eyes anyway. Like, move on. They're not permanent hires. That's what I'm saying. Like he literally like asks Ace and Luffy, "Hey, I'm shorthanded. Can you guys do me a couple of jobs?" Literally, that's contractor, by the way. And for whatever reason, they're pertinent to like the most important details that's going to like be tantamount to the end result of the goal or whatever. No, like don't fucking tell them what's happening, idiot. Whose fucking idea was this? What did you think was gonna happen?
This is not the Brendan I thought would make an appearance on today's podcast today. Whatever version of Brendan this is right now. It's not union busting, but I don't know what to call you.
It's not union busting.
It's got some strange energy I'm not familiar with.
Listen, man, I know how to, I understand contractor life. Hey, no, most contractors, they don't want to know enough, dude. They want to like get in, get their paycheck, and get out, dude. Let's be real, though. I'm going to be honest with you. But I thought that was a little wild. And then, of course, after Ace and Luffy have a conscience as well alongside Sabo, they were like, well, we're going to tell everybody. Then they get captured and the fire happens. Woo! Everything's ablaze. Run! We're all dying and melting. I'm melting. Sorry, I don't know why I had to do that voice. It just kind of felt right.
He's practicing his Wizard of Oz skit.
Yeah. I've actually been recently cast as the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah, congratulations on that, by the way.
I was thanks. I really appreciate that. I really feel like it'll be my swan song.
Bon Clay.
Yeah, exactly. I modeled my performances after Bon Clay himself, in fact.
So this fire happens. It's breaking out. Everyone's stuck. They're kind of surrounded by walls of flames. Blue Jam walks up to the steel gates of Lowtown or Hightown. Is it Lowtown?
I don't think it's Lowtown, but it is something dumb like that.
For some reason in my head, you said Lowtown. I was like, what are you talking about?
Christian's like, I know that area. We're nowhere near Lowtown.
That's not where we're at. It was the site of the last execution.
That was a different dead guy, idiot.
But yeah, he walks up to the gates.
It might be Lowtown, actually.
And he reveals that he's like, don't worry, guys. Like his crewmates are like, so we started this fire. We're kind of stuck in here. What's next, boss? How do we get out of here? He's like, don't worry, guys. We had to hook up. Or I'm just gonna knock on this gate and give him a sign. They're gonna let us in. We're gonna be nobles living it up for the rest of the time.
He doesn't even knock. He goes on the door, goes, "Hey, it's me, Blue Jam."
Yeah, and in my head, I'm like, okay, sure, he's gonna give him a password, and then it's like, no, it's me, Blue Jam. I'm the guy. And I'm like, if there even was a real deal here, they have no idea who you are.
I want to believe that there really was a password, but they told Blue Jam it, and he just didn't remember the password in time. So he's just like standing out of the door, like they're waiting to hear like the magic words, and he's like, "Hi guys, it's me, I'm Blue Jam," and they're just like, "That's not on the list."
A likely story.
So what you mean to tell me is that you believe that the nobles were actually going to do good by this guy? And
no, not at all. I just think it'd be really funny if they were like, when you get to the door, make sure you say, "Hey, Nico, let's go bowling. We won't open the door for anything else."
And then Blue Jam walks up to the door and goes, "Open sesame."
And they're like, "That's not the magic word. That's not the magic word."
Like, shit, what was the magic word? Was anyone else listening?
I have too much wax in my ear, and I'm pretty sure I was really intoxicated the last time he told me the password.
There's too much jam in there.
They don't call me Blue Jam for nothing.
Oh, no, I just thought of something. What if he's named after, like, Toe Jam?
But it's like, gross. It's all fungal infected.
Why are you doubling down on what I just said? We didn't have to go here.
Felt like the right thing to do.
It felt right.
Yeah.
It felt good in my heart of hearts, to be honest with you.
It's true.
So yeah, Blue Jam gets screwed. Everybody's screwed. Except some Deus Ex Machina typhoon boom came out of nowhere and put out a large part of the fire.
You mean the one from Dragon?
Okay, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's also talk about that.
Actually, that's probably right. It might be Kuma.
Okay. Enter my mind now.
Okay.
I don't want to. There's a lot of spoilers.
Anyway, domain expansion.
There's a lot of spoilers in there.
I don't want this. I'm turning my mic off.
Okay, so for those who may or may not know, there is a large conspiracy theory that believes that Dragon has some type of devil fruit. It's like, he's got to have something. They're like, wind, a storm. He's got to have something. And at first I was like, oh, it's a cool theory, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't invested. Bro, these episodes,
You forgot about this, didn't
undeniable
you?
proof. I know Kuma was there. It makes sense if you were to say Kuma did that. He just went, just slapped the fire away. I get that. But no, that's a bait. That is that is fodder given to you by Oda, all right? He's leading you astray. This is the red herring, okay? I'm telling you right here, right now, Monkey D. Dragon is confirmed Devil Fruit user. I don't know what kind. It could be Wind. I'm thinking it's Storm personally. Okay. That man put out that fire with his own powers, all right?
It kind of looked reminiscent of a Hellwink to me. And
No, that's also red herring, man.
You know who was standing at the front of the boat, right?
Don't listen to Big Oda, okay? Don't listen to what the media wants you to believe, Christian, okay? You got to do your own research. I'm telling you. Monkey D. Dragon is a devil fruit user.
I agree with you that he has to have some kind of devil fruit because most of that evidence comes from Logtown, though, where a lightning storm appeared, Luffy gets saved, and then all of that happens. I think in this case, it's slightly stronger that Ivankov did that.
No.
We got Jay, Justin, Jameson over here.
Justin Jonason.
Jameson.
Job, Jip, and Jive.
Yeah.
Job, Jip, Jive, and Job.
Justinson.
Jay, Justin, Jameson. I like that one the most. that one feels good in my heart of hearts. Well, I mean, I'm more on the Kuma or Ivankov train if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. But I do think that there's a really good chance he has such a devil fruit. But in this particular instance, I don't think that there was anything here that solidifies that argument. I think that there's a much stronger argument for back in Logtown when he was doing
the wool from your eyes, sheeple. It's all right there.
Yeah, apparently I'm anti-union. Justin's trying to start community theory or conspiracy theory.
Justin's anonymous.
What is happening tonight? What is
Justin
happening
is
to
the
this
hacker
guy?
known as 4chan.
Oh no.
Yeah, what's the Panama Papers or whatever the hell that shit was once upon a time? That's what Justin is over here. So at some point Dragon shows up. He catches up with Sabo, and they have like a very bittersweet sort of interaction where unfortunately Sabo has to be like, listen, you're the only motherfucker who has had any shred of empathy over the knowledge I have. Can you do anything about what's about to happen? I'm scared. I hate everything about me. I hate my family and everything. And then poor Dragon's like, my work is never done.
Yeah, it really, it's really kind of, I mean, this is a younger Dragon. This is like 10 years ago Dragon who is possibly less jaded than he is now. I mean, granted, we've seen very little of Dragon, but
yeah,
he shows a very surprising amount of emotion that comes over him in this moment when Sabo is like pleading to him. He sees this kid groveling at his feet, half dead, and is like, oh my God, they got a kid to say these words. Not even like an adult who has experienced a child has come up to me and been like, I hate it here. The nobles suck. Everything is rotten. The people are rotten. It smells worse than Greytown or whatever it was.
Yeah, the people here stink far worse than anything that comes out of Great Terminal. Yeah. Yeah, Dragon, he didn't take that one lying down though. He was ashamed. He was ashamed of his previous country, and he was saddened by this voice. Seemingly helped him because he was fine after he was like shaken up by the local guards or whatever in the area, and then presumably somebody on Dragon's ship barreled through and fucking made a giant opening for all the people to escape from out of the fire, and everyone was supposedly saved, so that's good.
Not just saved, potentially recruited.
I would say definitely recruited by what Dragon says there.
Yeah.
By the way, that scene is just so great. By the way, from
in what way?
I just everything like Ivankov standing there. We get Ivankov, we get Kuma in the background, but Ivankov's like all these people. Like, what's gonna do with them? And Dragon has this whole like mini speech about how he's going to change the system, but he doesn't have enough power right now or whatever. And then, and the music comes in and it sweeps you off your feet, and I'm getting chills in my seat right now. And then he's at the front of the ship Titanic style, and he goes, "Everybody who's willing to fight for freedom, come aboard."
And they're all like,
it's a little more grandiose and,
He's like, "Get
and
me
epic
outta
than
here."
that. And they're all like, "Yeah, we just want to get off this burning island, but sure, I'll fight."
They're like, all you had to do was say you cannot burn to death, and I would have been fine. But this is great.
Sure.
I'm here for it.
I'm fine with it.
This is good. We are definitely aligning on what our needs are right now.
Yeah. I know. I can't emphasize enough how, especially the music in that scene is just so.
Mwah.
Yeah, it do be slapping though.
Okay,
This was a good showing for Dragon, I would say.
One more conspiracy theory question. Dragon mentions that he was born, or at least in my sub-translation, he says that he was born in Goa Kingdom. He
Yes.
doesn't specifically say Windmill Village or anywhere. We thinking maybe he's like sharing parallels with Sabo, and maybe he's a descendant of a noble, maybe? Huh?
See, like, I feel like this is a hard one because, okay, so like at its core, this decision was made by Oda to be like ambiguous, right? Like he just said like he's from Goa Kingdom. So by extension, you have to believe that at some capacity, Luffy is also from Goa. I feel like if you make Luffy also a blood noble of Goa, in addition to Sabo, now that would detract a lot from what Sabo brought to the table in the span of this like little mini backstory. I think that it's good to have the three brothers have completely different roots in order to like solidify them as different points in the freedom spectrum, I guess, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would be very surprised if Garp, Dragon, or Luffy had any ties to the nobility in the Goa Kingdom, but I don't know. It was clearly made by choice to be ambiguous so that they could, in theory, do that if they wanted to later down the line. I guess I would prefer that wouldn't be the case.
I feel like it just felt more like Dragon was in a position where he came from Gray Terminal or like that lower town or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a peasant child at some point.
Yeah.
And I feel like that makes Sabo's statement that he hates being a noble a little bit more impactful than if he had also been a noble at some point and was hearing that from another noble.
Agreed.
So,
does that answer your question, Justin?
Okay.
Do you want to give an answer to your own question? Do you have anything to contribute to that conversation?
I don't think I have one yet. I agree that this is left open to ambiguity, and up even to present day, there's so little we know about Dragon. I just like throwing stuff at the walls and seeing what sticks.
Well, yeah, but like, what do you want? Like, answer your own damn question.
I think I was probably thinking like it'd be cool to have Sabo be paralleled with Dragon. Ambiguously, that is. But then Christian, or was it you? It was you.
Probably both of us. We had similar takes.
You were saying that, it would detract. You really prefer the idea of like three brothers come together, share the more or less same ideology of like let's just be free and happy, in whatever capacity we view that in. But they all took different paths to get to that same conclusion. And like I see the value in that. I don't 100% know if I'm on board with it. Like I don't know, but I see your point of like, man, it'd be kind of lame if like Luffy was just like, I mean, it's not super lame, but like, it would be cool for all of them to be individuals. But then if you made Luffy was like, hey, I'm like Ace, where like I got a dad who's like wanted by the world, and I don't know jack about him, and I'm also potentially part noble and never knew about, or there's layers to that too. Blah blah blah. I don't know, but I see the point in your argument from before.
I'm always on team make Luffy a schmuck at every capacity. I want zero nobility. I want zero blood lineage whatsoever. Make him a stupid motherfucker that was just born one day that ate a stupid power and he became their protag. That's what I want in life. He became Rubber Man and was like, I'm the protag now. And so after we meet Dragon, though, for that brief period of time, we cut back to Dadan and Ace that are squaring off against Blue Jam. At one point, they could have run away, but then Ace did the thing again where he's like, I don't run from a fight. And then Dadan, after showing up because she's a great mother, by the way. Fantastic mom, by the way.
Yeah, she do be showing up.
Yeah, big mom energy coming in strong.
Thank
it was kind of nice.
Finally, we're getting some respect on my damn girl. So she stays behind with Ace, and they get Luffy out of there at least. And we're sort of just kind of like left in the air on whether or not like their skirmish sort of, went the way they wanted. Also, Ace like low key did Conqueror's Hockey that like they just like
I'm gonna
never.
be real. It probably was Ace, but like when I was watching it, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh man, did Dragon show up and save them?
That's what I was thinking. But at the end of that episode, but then I don't know, like why would Dragon just stop there and not like go all the way and finish saving them? And then just like that's the end of the episode, and then the start of the next episode is Dadan showing up. So I'm like, well, it definitely wasn't Dadan or any of her goons. Definitely wasn't Dogra. So
yeah, what if Dogra had Conqueror's Hockey?
Bro, what if?
I can see
So when left with no other options, it kind of has to point to the idea that Ace used Conqueror's Hockey.
That's always been my interpretation, if for no other reason other than anime logic dictates the one yelling must be the one doing the thing.
Right.
A part of me honestly thought, I was like, maybe it was Luffy. He just maybe Luffy did it, and she's exhausted on the way out. I don't know. Who knows?
My anime brain tells me when somebody is screaming and magic happens, it clearly comes from them. That's just like 99.9%
Until
of
otherwise
time.
confirmed, it was actually the little fairy behind the kid yelling.
Dude, facts.
Right. No,
Which does happen from time to time, because you can exploit that from a narrative perspective.
Yeah, I mean, in like 600 episodes, we can find out in a different flashback to this moment from someone else's perspective that it was actually Magra the entire time.
he was there before everybody else, like in the burning rubble, but he was just like, okay, I gotta make sure they don't die here. He used his thing, and then he was like, all right, I gotta go catch back up with Dadan. Make sure. It's like, I've done my part here.
Dogger goes, hey, where were you? Don't worry about it.
Like,
I had to pee.
But he does that. He does that face where he's like, I don't know, I wasn't anywhere. I'm talking about the fucking fake lying face or whatever the fuck from earlier this arc. Oh, that shit's good. And then after the fire finally settles, a couple of goons that are like cleaning up everything even comment they were kind of like, there were not a lot of bodies like around. I wonder what happened. And then another guy on the side was like, yeah, it was pretty hot. Probably melted like even their bones, which is really morbid.
Very logical.
Very logical. And we assume, hopefully, that Dragon got the majority of them out. We still do not know the fate of Dadan and Ace as of the end of these episodes, but we can presume that Ace at least makes it out of here.
I feel like it's a very easy assumption that Ace made it out.
Wow, now that you said that,
what are you on about?
I had genuine questions like, damn, did they make it out?
What are you talking about? I hate you so much. You are the absolute worst.
Oh, man.
For perspective here, I just finished these eps like a couple hours ago. My brain, as witnessed from the beginning of this episode, is very smooth.
I will
Very
accept
mush.
no excuses for this.
I thought you were going to give him
he really
like,
gave me hope on that one. That's crazy.
There is zero excuse for this behavior right now. You are, by all accounts and purposes, an animal.
That's good, dude. But do you think Dadan didn't made it out of this one, or do you think that she croaked on this one?
I feel like if Ace made it, she has to make it. I feel like if anything, whether in the corner to themselves or exposed to everybody, Dadan's gonna be like, "Hey Ace, thanks for saving me back there," and like Ace is gonna carry Dadan's ass back home. That's what that is.
But like, what if she was like, Ace, I'm sorry, I have to stay behind. You have to make it out of here. As your mother, I tell you to get out of the burning flame.
I mean, you could, but also Ace is gonna be like, fuck that, I'm doing this.
It would be a fun reflection of Whitebeard, though.
I don't think in any situation Ace ran away. So either either Blue Jam somehow bested Dadan during the fight somehow, or they're both alive. Although I feel like Dadan could have held her own, because in that initial, like when she pops up on screen and she goes right for Blue Jam's throat, she knocks him back like 20 feet.
Yeah, dude. Like
Blue Jam's back there, man. Like I feel like she could take him no problem.
She just needed a confidence booster. She didn't have enough faith in herself. She's like, run away. I'm like, no. You can take that, man.
Hell hath no fury like a mother's scorn. I tell you, dude. I think that's a line.
Really trying to put this Whitebeard parallel in here too, huh?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, that was a banger line I wrote.
It's true.
But the last main item of conversation. So Sabo, he ends up being okay. He decides then and there that he just is like, all right, well, you know what? I'm really sick and tired of my lifestyle. I'm going to set out on my adventure starting today. Just steals a motherfucker's ship. At the same time that a celestial dragon's showing up, and everyone's down in the bay, getting ready to say ayo. And as they see Sabo, floating away in the boat, you got some schmuck in the back. Hey, that was my ship. What the fuck? I have nothing to do with this. A guy on the snail chat. He's like, "You fucking do something about that boat, otherwise you're fucking fired." And then what does he do? He's like, "Yo, kid, get the fuck out of the way."
He does the only thing he can do, and he goes, "Hey, get out of the water."
Yeah, right. He's just fucking
come
move.
back here. Which I just want to go back 5 minutes in the episode, maybe 10.
Sure.
To the point where Outlook the Third hires these two random dudes from the police force or the army force or whatever, and goes, "Hey, you work for me now." And then he lets the new hire look after the one person. Look after his son, and the entire out of all of this, support staff or whatever. The only people that were in the house at the time were Sabo and Sleepy the gnome, Drowsy, whatever Snow White's
Drowsy the bodyguard. Yes,
Drowsy the bodyguard.
Although to be fair, at first I thought the bit was going to be he just sneaks past him because he falls asleep a lot, but they kind of do a bit of a mini cut back to the bedroom, and he did knock out the guard at least before he left or whatever the fuck. So that was nice. I guess maybe Outlook the Third figured if these two fucking goons could have overpowered him in the first place, why couldn't they do it again? Which is why he was
only leaves one. He just leaves one.
I can't give him too much credit, man. He's a fucking animal.
I mean, the other guy's crazy too for talking in his big boy voice about how they were going to be the only ones left in the building at the time, in front of the kid who's known to escape from his home at any given opportunity.
Oh no!
I actually during that course of time, I had half an inkling to think that maybe that other guard that got hired, the shorter blonde one, had maybe been part of Dragon's Revolutionary Army or something, and was going to
double agent.
And was gonna let him out or something.
Yeah.
I thought Dragon was gonna double back somehow and give Sabo an opportunity to escape because he sees the light in this kid or whatever you want to call it. But then it's just not the case. The guy's just sleepy and he needs to get a better sleep schedule, so Sabo gets to escape.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then he's driving his boat, happy-go-lucky, basically not a care in the world now. He's like, "Oh, that's a big ship. I should avoid that.
That's a big boat
that would
right
probably
there.
Kill me if I ran into that. Let's just go over here." And then the guy on the shoreline with the snail chat's like, "Oh, thank God, he moved to the side." Oh, thank you. As if that was going to solve all the problems, because then the celestial dragon's on deck with his one bodyguard, and he's like, "Fuck is that?" "Oh, fishing boat, sir." "Oh, okay." And we cut to Sabo on his boat, just cruising on by.
Yeah, he's just big chilling,
having a grand old time. Totally not about to boom.
Totally not about to blow the fuck up. Oh man, poor Sabo, dude.
Yep, and we got this celestial dragon on the boat deck with a bazooka
sniper looking like monstrosity.
That's right, he did have a scope. Oh my God, I forgot about it. He has a scope bazooka.
Scope bazooka, baby.
Is that not a thing?
Well, to be fair,
you
kind
can.
of is.
To be fair,
it looked like a sniper scope.
Yeah, it looked like a long, like sniper-esque, like musket barrel thing.
Yeah.
But it blew up like a cannon.
In my limited experience through Battlefield and Call of Duty, any bazooka or rocket propelled anything has like a circle sight or something, just as a general like fire in this direction type of iron sight, not a 10 times zoom sniper scope, you know. That generally doesn't exist.
You know, not that we're experts or anything.
No, I would not claim to be.
But regardless. But honestly, I mean, I think we pretty much got to like everything, though. I think we managed to get to all the points. Was there anything anyone wanted to go back to really quick before before we move on to the next part?
All I want to say is that we're officially like more or less halfway through the series now.
Heyo!
We hit episode 500.
We have hit the 500 mark. You know, although we realistically have like, for what the show is at now, we have like what 20 or 30 episodes before we're at the true halfway mark, I guess. Because you're at like you're at like 1060 or something right now. Yeah.
1040, I think. I think 1040 just came out.
Either way, about 20 episodes before we're at the true halfway mark, which, from what I understand, means that it almost coincides perfectly for when we're going to take our sort of pseudo break from everything.
Yeah, actually, I think so. For the most part.
Our off season is coming up shortly.
Yeah, around like 5/16 or 12, we're going to take like a month break or something like that. More details to come in the future. So, but we got a couple more episodes to crank out between now and then. We'll probably give like an actual update when we get to that final episode just before the mini hiatus or whatever. But anything else? All right, well then moving on. Next week, we're going to cover 503 to 505. And moving on from that, we have quotes. Moving on to quotes. Can I just go first?
Sure.
I'll go first. In 501, I'm going to be the first one to say the Sabo's quote when he's balling to Dragon. The people in this country are sick. They don't give a damn about anyone or anything other than their status. They'd kill a country of people and wouldn't even bat an eye. I'm ashamed to be one of them. I hate who I am, and I'd wish I'd never been born a noble. And the double down where he looks back to Dragon after he says this, and Dragon's like mumbling to himself. He's like, but at least you're listening to me, right? And just the pause, man. The pause in Dragon's eye. He's petrified. He's like, God damn it. The pain in this world.
Yeah, really gives a different side to Dragon in this moment. I like it.
It does.
I'll go next. Outside of that, I'll just recant. First I'll say there was a moment. Shoot, I forgot the exact context for it. Maybe it was when they were in the fire at some point. Maybe, but there was a point where Ace and Luffy are there, and Ace is standing up for him. He goes, "What matter?" I think Luffy's trying to go back and get Sabo. Maybe, I don't know. I should have wrote down more context. Anyway, Ace says, "What matters the most now is your," and then he pauses and he rethinks his statement. He goes, "What matters now is our lives." Because at first he says your. He's going to say as in your life, Luffy, because he doesn't care about himself.
Yeah,
but then
it's it's right after Blue Jam approaches him like, so you got any treasure? Where's the treasure? And Ace gives them a map of, or some type of map of it. And Luffy's like, why would you give away all that like stuff we saved up? What, me, you, and Sabo gotta get out of here and go on a pirate adventure or whatever. And Ace is just like, listen, man, we could just get more money or whatever, but we need to make it out of here first.
Yes. Thank you. That's
wholesome. I actually kind of missed that double take. I didn't realize I remember it, but I don't remember him being like your life versus our life. I thought he said
he doesn't get to the life part. He says,
okay, gotcha.
He says what matters the most now is your, and then he pauses and he starts again. He goes, what matters most now is our lives.
Aw, Ace, you fucking softy.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I don't know. It felt nice to see that. I mean, obviously, it's not nice to consider the idea that he still didn't consider himself worth living or having been alive still, but then to reconsider the idea in relation to keeping Luffy alive.
Yeah,
because who else is going to keep Luffy alive if Sabo's not there anymore? So it was nice.
This
And
is also
then-
shortly after when they initially untie themselves in that hideout, and Luffy's crying, and Ace says, "If you don't stop complaining, I'm gonna leave you here."
Yeah, and then Luffy goes, he like puckers his mouth and he goes, "It's not hot in here at all. Oh shit, it's so hot. I mean, it's not hot. I can deal with it." He keeps going back and forth. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, so I mentioned before how I went back to the dub for Dogra. I stuck around a little bit longer to hear the boat speech again out of Dragon in the dub.
Okay.
So Dub Dragon says before he goes to the front of the boat, because he has the same line there where he's basically like, anyone who's willing to fight for freedom, come on up. But before that, he says something that I liked a lot more in the dub than I did in the sub. Because in the sub, the sub, he just talks about how there's children in this country and the country needs saving. But in the dub, he says the children born in this country must have a future that they can believe in.
Yeah,
And I like the impact of that statement a lot more than just outwardly stating that there are children in the country. Because that's essentially all he says.
I like Dragon because he's supposed to stand as like a character that recognizes it's more important to protect the future than it is to, I guess, alleviate the present.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like most about his character.
Yeah, it's very nice. Like I feel much more enlightened about Dragon's character, almost above anything else in this backstory.
Really? Oh, that's actually really interesting.
It's
he has such a small like staying power too in these short-lived episodes, huh?
Yeah, and maybe it's just because we've seen basically nothing of him up to this point. So to get all of this kind of context to his character in so short a time in an unexpected situation, maybe I think it's just sticking with me a little bit more because of that.
Fair enough.
But that's it for me. What do you got, Justin?
So I got two. The first one's from Sabo, where he says it's after he speaks probably to like the last old man or whatever. But he says there's something wrong with this town. Everyone's crazy, even though they know that people will die soon. They act normal and smile. That one hit me. And the other one is part of Dragon's speech there, where he says there can be no happiness in a world where the undesirables are thrown away. And that one just a little too real for our modern world, but a banger nonetheless.
A quote like that, I feel like goes across time. That's a timeless quote.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we got through quotes. Let's go on. Let's move on to the golden ham. I suspect there might even be a unanimous pick here again.
Oh, go on.
I thought I was gonna pick a wild one, a dragon, but like I'm hearing a lot of dragon love right now, so I presume that this might actually turn out to be a unanimous pick after all. Unless maybe I'm the wild one. I was gonna bring dragon to the table.
I will not deny my slight infatuation. Maybe not even slight. I'll go full blown. I with my infatuation for Dragon's character at this moment. I cannot deny it.
I'm gonna be real. This is the first time in a long time I tried thinking about Golden Ham winner before we walked into the cast. But also I'm real smooth brains today. But I was feeling Sabo. I think maybe it's.
I could also give it to Sabo. He was going through the fucking ringer in these eps. That is also a good take.
Yeah, I'd say there's a couple of like unexpectedly good ones in this. Like you could.
Dadan's also on the short list. By the way,
that's what I was going with here. Dadan is like a solid third place bronze winner, bronze placement here for Golden Ham picks, but I feel like it can go
bronze
anyway.
Placement on Golden Ham, yes, of course.
Yeah, the bronze ham, if you will.
She gets all the bronze impurities that comes off the Golden Ham. You know,
the brass chicken, if you will.
Yeah, the brass chicken, if you will.
No, yeah, I'm wholeheartedly in the dragon train here.
I can support this.
I will stick to my dragon guns.
Sounds like we got a decision.
Wiener! All right, moving on. Now that we found the winner of the night, moving on to fan mail. This one's a little different. We don't actually have like a question or like a note from the fan, but they gave us like some. They wanted to stay anonymous. They gave us some.
Well, before you get there, there was exchanges of emails between us and this listener. The first email they sent was saying,
Okay, be careful. Like they literally said they want to be anonymous.
Yeah,
so
I don't know that we need to
paraphrase
elaborate
the conversation.
All they wrote was
Don't literally say nothing if they want to be anonymous.
They didn't say their name or anything. They were just saying, "Hey, I don't remember your
right,
names."
But why do you need to give anybody context when somebody requested that they wanted to be anonymous?
Okay, they just said they liked us, but they couldn't remember our names.
That's okay.
And they sent
nobody
us
needs
fan
that
art.
context. That's the important.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, they sent us fan art.
Some sick ass fan art.
Hey,
yeah, they made us a Jolly Roger.
Okay? Maybe if that makes me shallow. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's fine.
If they didn't like us, they wouldn't send us their fan art. It's implied. It's implied.
Whether we like it or not, they're actually people that do like listening to the stupid shit we do. We know that much already. No, they made this really cool fan art, like Jolly Roger with a snail or like a transponder snail, and I was infatuated with it. The moment I saw it, it looks fire. We'll put it on the Twitter. We'll throw it in the Discord or something if you haven't joined our community Discord. It looks so good. I love the shit out of it.
You want to give a bad visual description for an audio-based platform, or you just want to let it?
It's a Jolly Roger, so you have your two bones, but instead of a skull in the middle, we have a Denden Mushi, and there's nothing outstanding about the Denden Mushi except the receiver part that you pick up to respond with is a wedge of lime.
It's
so good.
This fucking brilliant, dude. That part alone.
Really
I was like in my chair, like looking up at the ceiling, thinking to myself, why have I never thought of it?
It's so good. The drawing is very good. The Denden Mushi actually looks very reminiscent of something that might have come out of like a colorized version of a manga panel.
Yeah.
So the drawing itself is very, very good. It's just the lime wedge as the receiver puts it over the top.
It's so good.
It's very good.
I love it so much. For me
personally, something about the typical blank stare in a transponder snail's eyes and the open mouth of this one just gives really big head empty, no thought energy. I think that's just what we provide a lot of that on this podcast, I'm being honest. Also, really small but very important detail. I assume they listened to our podcast, who knows how long ago, where I think Taco gave us an idea for, someone, probably me, gave Taco like 2% rights on our Jolly Roger, and he said put a taco somewhere. And so,
no, you know what it was? He recommended we make a Jolly Roger for the cast, and then you were like, "Oh, that's a fucking great idea. We'll do that." And then you promised him we would put a taco on it.
You promised him. You promised him real estate on the Jolly Roger,
a whole 2 inches.
And if I remember correctly, I am the one who was adamantly against it.
I was also against it. You were more adamant than I, but I was too against it. But I guess that makes us the fools in this day.
Well, we got our tiny little taco in the lower left corner. Just
that can be changed.
that can be cropped out very easily.
But power to the anonymous
listener. This part of the podcast where we talk about cropping it, so that way there's no evidence that we cropped it.
Yeah, exactly. Dylan, you know what to do.
Wild.
You know what to do, big guy.
No, thank you though.
Thank you, Anonymous. It was fantastic.
Your art is fantastic, and very much appreciated.
Moving on to the next portion, we have Patreon shoutouts. Darian, you're still the number one hero. And after that, we have the grab bag. And I have a bag. And can I tell you, it's blue today.
It's blue.
Yes.
Wait, is it made of jam?
Well,
it looks.
What if I told you I dipped it in a bunch of toe jam from a certain pirate we may or may not know?
Oh boy!
I grabbed the bag last week. This is all you, buddy.
I love this. Let me just reach on into this one, and oh boy, that smells. Yep.
Why is it making squishy noises? I don't like this.
One of a kind.
One of. Okay. All right. It's we're gonna try out another one today. It looks like we're gonna do Who's That Pokemon? So Devin's creation then from a few weeks back
when he's not here.
Looks like he is not here. So really, we can do anything we want.
So let's set the record straight. The rules for Who's That Pokemon we pick one Pokemon to best represent a character of our choice. Devin's not here, and we think it'd be more fun to make the character of our choice be the gym leader. So that's what we're going to do instead.
And then pick a team for the gym leader.
Yeah.
A team of about, we decided like 3 or 4 Pokemon beforehand. Not that we decided already what they would be, but that we would choose 3 or 4 Pokemon.
Yes,
and
yes,
we're
yes,
going to
yes.
do Mr. 5. If you would remember Mr. 5 from a very long time ago, the counterpart to everybody's favorite Miss Valentine.
Yeah. The Boom Boom Man.
Boom Boom Booger guy.
Yeah.
So I'll lead off with, all right, so do we want to establish a typing first? Is that what we want to do?
I tried that.
Or we're just going to toss out any random Pokemon we think fits?
I wanted to like stick with typing because that's generally how gym leaders work. However, when thinking about this, I was like, I can't pick a type for this guy. Like, if I were, it would be between like rock/ground and fire type. Just
that's
between,
exactly
like,
what I was
aesthetic and
thinking
his double fruit.
typing-wise.
However,
if I was going to pick a type, there is one Pokemon that fits him better than anything, and it is not a ground or fire type.
I agree with you. I don't know if we're on the same page here, but I came up with a whole lineup of Pokemon that do not really match in type, but they kind of match his energy.
I think we're all on the same page.
There are a lot of those, but there is one that is a cut above the rest, and that's Voltorb. Slash Electrode, whichever one you want to give him.
Very
cool.
cool.
Who's an electric type.
I can't imagine this dude without an Electrode or a Voltorb somewhere on his team. That would be such a waste of potential.
Be a crime. It would be a crime.
An actual crime.
In the same vein, I thought back to my days of watching Pokemon on like, Kids WB or whatever, when they were in I think it was like Johto region, and just so many Pineco Pokemon just dropping from trees and exploding everywhere.
Pineco is a good one. If we're sticking with not giving him a typing, that is, anyway. If we're just going with aesthetically.
Yeah, can I go I'll just out on a limb? My team, I wanted to be like 2 types, no more than 2 types, but then I like found Pokemon that worked, and I threw that fucking rule out the door about 5 minutes. So I did not attribute myself the type advantages or whatever, but you can continue the rest of your team though, Christian.
Well, I didn't really like come up with a whole team. I felt like we could just.
Oh, you didn't?
I wanted to get. I mean, I have more that I thought of, like keeping in the sort of explosion-esque idea. I thought Camerupt.
Camerupt, yes, very good.
He's a
very,
camel,
very good.
A camel with a volcano on his back.
I love
it explodes.
He's so cute.
Just keeping
I
with
think
that sort of
makes
thing.
a lot of sense. Yes.
Typhlosion, explosion is literally in the name.
The exact same thing. Glad we're on the same page.
Doug, how did I forget Typhlosion? That's so good.
So giving him like a starter to, not that most of them have starters, but it just kind of fit because explosion, Typhlosion, whatever. The last one I also thought might not, it's a little bit weaker, I'll admit, but Magmar kind of there also.
Yeah,
volcano
there,
themed.
for sure.
So that's what I'll go with for now. If I think of anything else off the fly, I'll blurt it out, but somebody else tag in.
I think your team is actually far more thought out than mine. So I too had Camerupt and Electrode.
The thought process was simple. Boom boom.
Boom boom. So in lieu of boom boom, I came up with 2 that do not correlate to his type at any capacity. However, they do go boom boom, and that is Fortress, which is a Gen 3 Pokemon, and also Weezing. And for flair, I say Galarian Weezing because I want a top hat. Just because I want this dude to walk around with an Electrode and a top-hatted Weezing for no fucking reason.
Just a bunch of circular Pokemon so that they look like boogers.
yeah, that's another thing,
boogers
dude. That's
that
great.
Explode.
Maybe that's my gimmick, because you know who else I have in this list? This is the most wild one I put on the list. Tangela, because he looks like a booger. And
the dreads.
Well, they had the dreads. Actually, believe it or not, that was actually my primary reason. And also because, some grass moves do be like, spitting like seeds and shit. So yeah, I figure like that'll work. Maybe not all. Like there's like a seed bomb move or something like that in Pokemon Land.
There's Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed exists.
Well, right, but now I'm thinking of like a seed bomb related move, like a projectile like bomb seed thing. I bet you that exists though.
I want to say it does.
And the last one that I picked was Turtonator, which is a dragon fire type. And let me just read the dex entry for you. The shell on its back is chemically unstable and explodes violently if struck. The hole in its stomach is its weak point. And he's constantly like showing you his like star spiky back or whatever. And you can never like attack his front. That's his gimmick.
Huh. What was the Pokemon called?
His name is Turtonator.
Turtonator.
I know, dude. It's so good.
What a name.
What a fucking name. He's a dragon type, too. He's a fire dragon.
My God.
With a giant fucking, like, spiky shield on his back.
Yeah,
that he's
I just
like,
looked it up. What is this thing?
Dude, it's so good. I love this motherfucker. I saw him in Sun and Moon when I used to watch some players, run through the game or whatever. Such a fucking cool looking Pokemon. And that's my team.
Going
Justin?
on for me, I basically had everything Christian listed off already. In place of Camerupt, I thought of Torkoal for some reason. I don't know why. Dude,
Torkoal works.
Torkoal gave me this type of energy. I went down, so I googled Pokemon that explode. Went to a wiki page for the move type explosion. And I've just been scrolling down this long list of Pokemon that can learn it or whatever. And I came across possibly the perfect group, like a perfect evolution tree for matching Mr. Five's energy.
Okay.
So let me just read out the names real quick and I'll explain why. So we have Solosis, Duosion, and I'm gonna struggle to read this last evolution's name. Reuniclus, something like that.
Yeah.
What are you saying to me? I don't know this Pokemon.
Wait, just spell it for him so we can look it up. What he's talking about is actually perfect.
Reuniclus. That whole evolution tree of that Pokemon, they literally just look like boogers.
They are boogers. They are floating boogers.
Oh my God.
But they're really meant to be like
thing?
Like basically you start off with Solosis, a single cell organism, and then it just kind of splits off into multicellular organism.
Yeah.
It's literally a living fucking booger, dude.
It's a booger. I did not know these things could know explosion, though.
Oh my God, dude,
let me
this
read
thing
this
looks
dex entry
incredible.
for Solosis. Solosis, the cell Pokemon. A membrane filled with fluid surrounds Solosis' body, which allows it to live anywhere. It defeats its enemies using its formidable psychic type powers. Bro, in what capacity is this thing a psychic type, first of all?
Well, it does float around, so...
It is clearly made of booger and floaty material, so...
And as everyone knows, there's plenty of brain matter in boogers.
Plenty of psychological damage in being sneezed
deep
on.
enough.
Oh my God, dude, this thing looks incredible.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome. That's perfect.
That's a great fucking Reuniclus. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I'm going through the dex entries for both of them. I got to Duosion. So the dex entry for Duosion is the mitosis Pokemon and the evolved form of Solosis. Because Duosion's brain is divided into two, it can produce tremendous power when both parts share the same thoughts.
Man, dude, this would have been a good grab bag for last week. We were doing those neuron jokes.
This is what happens when
your
Pokemon
neurons
use
reach.
100% of their neurons reach. No, this is what happens when you can use 100% of your brain power.
Holy shit, dude, this is a great I just love that I now know this Pokemon exists.
Hold on. Going on to the reaching part, I have to read the last dex entry for the final evolution. Whatever you just said.
Reuniclus.
The multiplying Pokemon in the evolved form of Duosion. Okay, say this Pokemon name again.
Reuniclus.
Reuniclus, I believe.
Reuniclus can amplify their psychic powers when they clasp their hands and their brains form a network.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Man. That's incredible. I love this Pokemon, dude. I want this in my life. I gotta go play Black and White 2 or whatever the fuck this came from.
I think this is the original Black and White, if I remember correctly.
Holy mother of God, this thing's incredible. I love it.
Yeah, I remember these guys. I used to use these in my team. Black and White was actually the last one that I played ever. So, but yeah, I remember using these guys. I did not know they could use explosion though. That's perfect.
It was wild.
Just them looking like a booger makes them good enough. But the fact that they can know explosion,
that's icing on the cake for sure. Do you have anything? I just want a team of Duosians for this guy now.
Yeah, so they can all clasp their hands together and form, and the neurons can reach.
You got Mr. 5 looking over. He's like, "Are you guys gonna do anything for me or what?" And they're just like, "We're thinking about it." Oh man, that's fucking gold.
Oh fuck, that was great. All right, that worked out way better than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did. That was really good.
Awesome.
All right, well, I think that's pretty much it. Unless you have any other Pokemon, Justin?
No, that the Solution Tree really just the cherry on
pièce de
top.
résistance.
Yeah.
The pièce de résistance.
Uh-huh.
All right, do you want to do the social plugs, dude?
Do the thing.
Do the thing. That's me. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed. If you wish to follow us on social media, you can do so on Instagram and Twitter at Panda Sightings. If you wish to send us questions or anything really via email, you can email us at pandasightings@gmail.com. We recently also created a community Discord. You can find a link to that in our link tree, which would be in the description of the podcast, also found on our socials, blah, blah, blah. Come join our community. Come join our cult. We got great people doing great things. You can be one of them.
And you heard us mention it earlier, but we have a Patreon.
Oh, oops, I forgot that part. If you wish to
We shouted out
support
our
us.
lovely Darian. Thank you. We love all of our patrons as well. And if you would like to become one, it's Panda Sightings as well.
Can't believe I forgot the really important part.
Is that the really important part? I think the most
I would
important
call
part
it
is
the
the
most
fact that we...
important part.
Yeah, like what the hell?
But I would say it's worth mentioning.
Worth not forgetting. Definitely that.
It's worth not forgetting.
We got to make sure we talk about it, because otherwise every time we make those jokes in our bits, the Patreon joke, we got to make sure it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Sounds pretty good to me.
All right. I need to go. I need to reflash in some firmware that Christian forgot. So if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Shit. What did I miss?
What didn't you miss?
Was it two CDs? Damn it.
Why are we not using floppy disks anymore?
What? Floppy disks? What year are you living in?
1996. Greatest year. It was the best times. That was only a thought.
You were only a thought?
Yeah.
I'm pressing stop.